In 2004, Guillermo del Toro gave us a very unusual hero, Hellboy.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
A demon from hell who was conjured by Nazi occultists and taken in by the Allied forces in the winter of 1944. The red demon with a big gun and stony hand became an important member of the Bureau for Paranormal Research and Defense and fought against sinister creatures ever since. The sequel to the film came out in 2008, and ever since we've been waiting for a third installment.
Let me put this to you as delicately as I can.
That movie will never be released though. Instead, we will get a reboot.
Stop it! Right now.
Hellboy the Reboot. Director Neil Marshall is going to adapt Mike Mignola's screenplay, and David Harbour will star as the main character in the new Hellboy film entitled Rise of the Blood Queen.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Marshall has had his fair share of horror and struck fear into audiences with The Descent. He also worked on Game of Thrones and directed the episodes Blackwater and The Watchers on the Wall. Mike Mignola is the creator of Hellboy, who is now for the very first time involved with the screenplay adaptation of one of his comic books. Many viewers will recognize David Harbour as the good-natured yet tough sheriff from Stranger Things. Even though it is admittedly a pity that we won't get to see Ron Perlman in his signature role again, Harbour has faced monsters on that show before and should do just fine. What do you think of that casting choice? Let us know in the comment section below.
I'll just have to find a way to live with that.
Another important aspect that is worth mentioning is the fact that Hellboy will be an R-rated comic book film, just like Deadpool and Logan before. This means that it is going to be bloody and violent, which does make sense. After all, the Blood Queen should not be trifled with. The Blood Queen. The Hellboy comic books refer to her as the Queen of Blood, but in reality she is actually Nimue, a witch and lover of Merlin, who told her all of his secrets. She showed her gratitude by imprisoning him for all of eternity. Without Merlin's guidance, her knowledge drove Nimue mad. As a matter of fact, she became so insane that all of England's witches joined forces and killed her. They dismembered her body and spread the parts across the world. The bummer was, however, the fact that Nimue constantly reassembled her body, which is why her remains were sealed in a coffin that was then buried. In the comic book Darkness Calls, the witches of England are looking for a new leader. After Hellboy rejects the offer to become said leader, the witches desperately pick the only true witch, Nimue. This leads to the rise of the Blood Queen, a story that is depicted in the comic series The Wild Hunt. In it, Nimue is resurrected. Out of fear of her revenge, numerous witches of England drown themselves. The rest, however, assist Nimue in building an army in order to bring about the end of the world. Naturally, Hellboy confronts her bravely, with the help of the magical sword Excalibur. And this is the part where we prefer to stop talking about the plot, as we do not want to give away too much. In any case, the Queen of Blood should make for an excellent villain for the new Hellboy film, and will certainly not be a colorful fantasy like Del Toro movies were.
Now stay down!
What do you think? Are you looking forward to the reboot? What do you think of the Queen of Blood? Let us know in the comment section below. And if you'd like to learn more about the Inhumans or Batgirls, then check out these videos.